afternoon from Breclav in the Czech Republic. It's day 2 of the Hlinka Gretzky Cup Under-18 tournament. The top draft prospects for the 2020 National Hockey League draft. And look at our first look at Dylan Garrett on the Canadian goal. Kamloops Blazers goaltender, a 17-year-old, played 27 games for them last year. He was on the bench yesterday as Tristan Lennox posted a shutout against the Finns as Canada won that game 6-0 with an explosion of goals. Looking for more today against Switzerland, which we mentioned coughed up a late 3-2 lead against the Czech Republic in a dramatic game here with a huge crowd in Breclav. So that loss puts them behind the 8 ball a little bit. Noah Patnaud will start in goal for the Swiss. Played for them at the Under-18 tournament last spring in relief in 1 game. So Michael Dick very happy with his team's offense in game 1 against the Finns. Happy with the penalty killing, which went 6 for 6. But it was the explosion of goals that made him the happiest.
Throughout the lineup, too. I mean, he got him, obviously, 2 from Perfetti and 2 from Seth Jarvis, but they were dangerous offensively right through their forward group.
Martin Honor is in his first year as the coach of the Swiss Under-18 team. He played for Switzerland in the 2000 World Junior Championship and in the Olympics in 2002 in Salt Lake City.
He looks young enough to still be playing.
I know. Swiss have had some good results internationally in recent years, especially at the Men's World Championship. And of course, their program is developing more and more good players. Nico Hischier in 2017 became the first Swiss player to go first overall in the NHL draft. Roman Josi is a great National Hockey League defenseman. And one of the things they've done over the years is really try to limit the number of imports in their league and give their young players a chance to play. Jean-Luc Foudy comes streaking in for Canada. Foudy, his older brother Liam, was picked a couple of years ago in the National Hockey League draft in the first round by Columbus. Drops that back, and there's Ridley Gregg back with it, but the Swiss net has been dislodged behind Noah Patnaud.
Well, Ridley Gregg, he gets a look up, and he tries to catch Patnaud maybe going down, and he gets a shot on the short side, but Patnaud gets it closed down. But Ridley Gregg, he gets his head up, he's looking, he's going, okay, you gonna give it to me? Gets it off the mask, and Lord, it used to be automatic when you got it off the mask that they blew the whistle. That is no longer the case. If they think the goalie's in distress, they will. If not, they'll carry that play forth.
Jocelyn Dufay comes in now. He got erased along the boards as Seth Jarvis sends it ahead. And in comes Jake Neighbors. Works right back in front. The shot backhanded wide. Great chance there for Byfield.
He's going to get a penalty.
Byfield's going to get a penalty here, I think, for goalie interference for colliding with Patnaud.
Byfield's getting it.
Yeah, he's going for goalie interference, and so the Swiss will get an early power play here.
Well, really good play here. Just a quick little pass across by Jake Neighbors, and I really don't know what Quinton Byfield can do there to avoid the goaltender. I mean, he's trying to make a move to score, so I don't think that's goaltender interference.
The only thing you'd say is that by the book and the rules, the puck was not in the crease.
But he lost the puck as he was trying to make a scoring play. That, to me, is not goaltender interference. No way.
Canada was 6 for 6 on the penalty kill yesterday against the Finns. Maverick Bourque on the penalty kill. And the tandem of Caden Cooley and Jamie Drysdale, terrific on the back end for Canada on the kill as well.
This is going to be an uphill battle for Switzerland. I mean, their defense is very small, and the Canadian forwards are not only big, but they're skilled and they're quick, and the players that aren't big are quick and fast, so special teams is going to be where they're going to have to take advantage.
Another chance lifted backhand wide by Simon Kanak, who will be playing for the Portland Winterhawks in the Western League this year. Theo Rochette, number 9, is on to kill the penalty for Canada. He played in last year's Hlinka Gretzky Cup for the Swiss.
He's just trying out different countries, trying to find one to his liking, maybe.
Long shot taken by Kanak, who is probably the best Swiss player. That's knocked away by Guerin.
And Kanak plays in Portland with the Winterhawks.
Noah Delmont will be heading to Acadie Bathurst in the Quebec League this year. Had his pocket picked there by Ridley Gregg, who, in addition to having a goal and an assist in the game yesterday, was very good, as you mentioned, on the penalty kill. Brought in now by Daryl Allenspach. He got stymied there by Gulick. Now Delmo moves in and he fired that wide. Stopped in from the point. Now it's moved by Louis Robin and back down the ice.
And that's a good example of where Switzerland has to try to create their scoring chances. 5-on-5, it's uphill, but on the power play, get a little bit more room.
Saw Jean-Luc Foudy there on the kill. Just close that gap. He's such a good skater. We talked about that being his calling card. It's funny, his brother Liam set a lot of Ontario high school track and field records, and then Jean-Luc went up and broke them. Team's back to even strength. Loose in the corner now for Cole Perfetti. Perfetti scored twice in the game against the Finns. Lapierre plays out to an open wing. Here's Perfetti back on it. Perfetti's 37 goals, the most of any player on the Canadian roster. Led all Ontario League rookies in goals and points last season. Playing for Saginaw in the OHL. Lapierre digs that free side of the goal, sort of sends that back in front. And Perfetti back on it. In comes Perfetti. The slot shoots. And Patno knocked that away. Sort of is taken down, and the puck brought up by Stefano Bottini. He can't clear the zone, and finally the Swiss do get it out. Moved ahead to Dufay. Dufay a centering pass, and Bottini got ridden off the puck there by Lucas Cormier. Crisp start to this game. The Swiss played a terrific game last night against the Czechs. Withstood a late barrage until with 2 minutes left, they gave up a tying goal and lost in a 7-round shootout.
Their goaltender, Henauer, was very, very good in that game against the Czechs.
Carlos Chanton sends that rink wide. Bottini gets taken down at the Canadian line by Neighbor. Picked free by Byfield. And now Byfield across the line, but the play is called offside.
Cole Perfetti is a real top prospect for the 2020 draft. Not only can he score, he can make plays, but he's quick. Underneath the stick here, frees it up, and then he gets himself right pointed towards the net. Really good chance. Patno makes the save, but just outstanding hockey sense, Cole Perfetti. So much of the term, play fast. Realize that your mind has to work as fast as anything, and Perfetti's mind is lightning quick.
Played in by Sabrango, and a penalty coming now to the Swiss as Sabrango was tripped up, and so Canada will get its first power play of the game as Fabian Ritzmann goes off.
Sabrango jumping into the attack here, makes a little move to his right. Clearly a penalty by Ritzmann, sticking on the feet of Sabrango.
Was 1 for 4 on the power play yesterday against the Finns. Perfetti had the power play goal in the first period. He's out there now with Byfield along with Connor McLennan. And on the back end, Hendrix Lapierre works the point along with the captain, Jamie Drysdale.
Drysdale and Lapierre have great vision and they're great passers.
Perfetti looks back to Drysdale. Walks the line, feeds it across to Lapierre. Had a couple of assists against the Finns. Now Perfetti shoots. It's tipped wide by Byfield. Lapierre back with it. Across to Perfetti. Works it back in front. Loose puck and a crease violation called against Canada. The faceoff will come outside.
Well, here's Drysdale, the poise, the patience, just zips it around. But here's Lapierre too. Just puts it in a perfect spot. Perfetti tries to go back far post. Byfield doesn't get a clean stick on it. Certainly really good rhythm to the Canadian power play.
It's a young Swiss team, Craig. 8 of these players are too young to be picked in the 2020 NHL draft. Most of them are 2021 and even a 2022 draft. That's Maxim Stroila, who's a double underage player. Now brought back the other way by Bottini. Fires that wide. Minutes ago in the Canadian power play. That lead pass misfires. And it's brought back by Noah Delamont. Tied up by Lapierre. Delmont played in last year's Hlinka Gretzky Cup for the Swiss. Now, Canuck gets a chance and lifts that high and wide. The Swiss really lean on Delmont and Canuck. They play the power play, they kill penalties, play a lot 5-on-5.
They're two best players.
Now Jarvis works it free, 30 seconds to go in the power play. Sort of. Back to Cormier. Sort of winds his way in. Throws it back in front of it like it goes to Jarvis. Except Jarvis had 2 against the Finns. Poirier. Back to Cormier. Shoots, tipped wide by Byfield. Lucas Cormier. 15 goals last year in Chicoutimi. That long point shot is stopped. Sort of throws it back in front. Rebound loose in front. Cormier backhand shot. Rebound to Jarvis. His shot was blocked. And the teams are back to even strength. Remain scoreless here with 7 gone in the opening period. Sort of. Throws it back in. Exhausted is Delmont trying to freeze the puck. And finally moved out by Zau. Now Cormier works in as both teams change. Cormier. Throws it back to Sort of. Justin Sort of the Vancouver Giants of the Western League. Had that knocked away. And Buffet couldn't knock it free. Chantal, who will play for Niagara in the Ontario League next year, had it knocked off his stick. And the goaltender, Noah Patino, just declared that he's going to the Ontario League, or to the Quebec League rather than St. John, right?
Yeah, St. John Sea Dogs.
Announced last night. So 6 of their guys will play in North America next year. We mentioned Nico Hischier, the first overall pick in 2017, played for the Halifax Mooseheads in the Quebec League. Ridley Gregg works that free in the corner for Rochette. It'll be a strange experience for Rochette, who grew up in Switzerland, to be playing against his fellow countryman, has dual citizenship. Drysdale tries to work that free. The big hit at the blue line as Weissblatt ran over his man as he stepped into Noah Meyer. Weissblatt got a 2-minute minor and 10-minute misconduct yesterday for a hit to the head against the Finns, and wound up missing nearly an hour of the game because his misconduct straddled the intermission.
And then you got to sit in the penalty box, and it's not really a great place to warm up.
Now loose in the corner. Weissblatt can't get a shot away. Maverick Bork tries to work it free. Picked up by Fabian Ritzmann. Now at the line, Weissblatt knocks it down. Sabrango works it ahead. 10:45 to go in the opening period. The tournament open to players born in 2002 or later. Most eligible for the 2020 National Hockey League draft. Those born after September 15th, those 2 have to wait a year. Poirier works in. Poirier, long wrist shot, scores! Jeremy Poirier sneaks one in from the point, and Canada takes a 1-0 lead.
I really thought Jeremy Poirier was going to make a pass just to the right of Patino down low. And as he was moving, he had his eye at the net. And, you know, that can hold the goaltender here, but there's the fake shot. He gets into the middle of the ice, and just down to the left, I thought he might make the pass to Perfetti, but just a real good fake play, deception, fake shot, and then move right in and find the spot. Patino does not pick up the shot. Sharp play there by Jeremy Poirier.
Poirier, who plays for St. John,
will be teammates with Patino this coming season.
That might be brought up in training camp. Canada has yet to allow a goal in the competition. We'll wrap up the round robin tomorrow night here in Breclav against the Czech Republic. That's always a great matchup. Perfect atmosphere here when the Czechs play.
Yes, it is. Very enthusiastic support for the Czechs.
This tournament has had a number of incarnations. It actually began in 1991 as the Phoenix Cup in Japan, of all places. Chris Pronger, Paul Kariya, Mike Pekka played for Canada in that tournament. As Weissblatt, or Neighbors rather, works in. Drops that back at the point for Cormier. But since 1997, The Czechs and Slovaks have run the tournament. Became the memory of the Hlinka tournament a few years ago, and then of course last year the Hlinka Gretzky Cup when Edmonton played host to it. Here's Byfield, sends it back in front, they score! Byfield finds Ryan O'Rourke with a great pass, and Canada leads 2-0.
It's almost the opposite of the first goal. Although it's a forward, Byfield who gets up at the blue line, and then O'Rourke hangs right in down low. Byfield moves into the middle, and O'Rourke keeps his spot. Byfield makes a perfect pass. All Ryan O'Rourke has to do is redirect it. Nice little interplay between Jarvis and Byfield, and there it is. You saw in the first goal where Perfetti was there and Poirier shot the puck.
O'Rourke and Byfield grew up in roughly the same area around Toronto. Byfield from Newmarket, O'Rourke from Pickering. But they're arch rivals now in the Ontario League. Byfield plays for Sudbury in the OHL. O'Rourke plays for Sault Ste. Marie.
And that's a northern rivalry for sure.
Drysdale in for sort of back to Drysdale with a chance. That's kicked away by Patnaud. Drysdale tries it back across to Goulet. Can really fly.
Sure can. I mean, he chews up that ice so quickly.
Moved in by Durungs. Was that wide of the Canadian goal?
There's Goulet with some physical play, too. He loves playing physical. With great leverage, he can hit you solidly.
Drop back at the point. That shot by Morris Maurer was off a skate and wide. Now Sorda back with it. To Lapierre. Hendricks Lapierre winds his way in. And a sharp angle shot goes wide. Damon Hunt plays it down to Sorda. Sorda, native of Surrey, BC. Takes the return pass. Walks across the top, floats that towards the goal. It's knocked down by Perfetti. Can't get a shot away. Sort of taps it back behind the goal, and the pass just missed. Lapierre. 8 to go here in the period. Canada leads 2-0. Damon Hunt for the Moose Jaw Warriors. Back to Cormier. Long wrist shot goes off a leg. And now Cormier can't quite hold the line. Also at this hour, Sweden playing Russia in Piastani. The Russians fell behind 2-0 in the first period against the United States. Reeled off 6 unanswered and won it 6-2. Brango shoots. That's tipped wide in the high slot by Rochette. And you've got a high opinion of the Russian team here as that quick shot by Weisbach. Stop the rebound. Tipped wide by McLennan. Goes through the legs of Patnaud, but wide.
The Russians are a very good team. They won the World Under-17 Hockey Challenge last year in St. John, New Brunswick. We've talked about Yaroslav Askarov, the young goaltender. All he did was win 4 medals in 10 months last year, and a certain first-round draft pick. I've said it before, the best goalie I've seen since Carey Price coming into the draft.
Weiss got a little cold shoulder there in the corner. Spilled his man as Canada continues to apply the pressure here. And the Swiss can't clear it out. McLennan in the corner for Rochette. Rink-wide pass for Jean-Luc Foudy. And Foudy's pass goes off a skate and back down the ice.
It's the only way the Swiss penalty coming up here. Slashing penalty. Connor McLennan.
Swiss to the power play when we come back.
Well, Connor McLennan is in the penalty box for slashing way behind the play. This is an unnecessary penalty. You don't have to come down on the stick. He grabs it.
The Swiss get their second power play of the hockey game. In the slot, it's knocked away by Greg. Now backhanded back in by Simon Kanak. Captain of the Swiss team at the spring IHF Under-18 tournament in Sweden earlier this year. Actually played a little bit in the Swiss men's league at the end of the season.
Well, Nino Niederreiter went and played in Portland, a Swiss player, went very high in the draft. So Simon Kanak is will be teammates with Seth Jarvis next season.
minute to go in this Swiss power play. Not much doing so far. Wide pass is knocked down and sent back down the ice. But Donovan Sabrango, the Kitchener Rangers, and I think we have a too-many-men penalty here against the Swiss, which will, that's the call, negate the rest of the power play.
No question about it. 6 on the ice.
Player coming on played the puck before the man he replaced had gone off. And so now we'll get a 4-on-4 for 52 seconds.
Linesman was on that pretty quick. So here it is, guy on the ice.
Comes on and he touches the puck. Or came close enough, I guess, to get called for the too many men. Like Jean-Luc Foudy. Break line to Cormier. Up for Foudy. Loose in the corner with it. Peels back. And off the bench, late that pass. Missed Poirier and back down in the Canadian zone. So Canada the power play in 22 seconds. Foudy works his way in. Swings it back in the corner for Rochette. That's knocked down by Dario Sidler. Canada back to the power play with 4.5 to go in the period. Drysdale gets it there from Garand. Drysdale. Brings line for Lapierre. Walks in and shoots, scores! Lapierre snaps home a power play goal, and it's 3-0 Canada.
Lapierre, he's so aware of what his options are and where he can take advantage everywhere on the ice. Defensively, offensively, with the puck, without the puck. This is just a really good example. He moves, he gets the puck with lots of space. Drysdale delivers it to him perfectly. Says, here you go. Size it all up, and he does it. Drive to the net, he picks his spot into the middle of the ice, and just a very accurate shot. But Lapierre is capable of doing so many things when the puck is on his stick. He can shoot it, he can make plays, he can hold it. Such a superior player. I said this yesterday, he reminds me so much in terms of style to Alexander Barkov, the superb two-way center with the Florida Panthers.
Lapierre was the Quebec League Offensive Rookie of the Year last year with 45 points in 48 games, which is good to me.
He ended up with a broken forearm wrist area. He didn't participate in the under-17 World Challenge. But those are pretty impressive numbers for a 16-year-old player.
Worked in now by Gooley. Throws that rink wide. The pass is knocked down by Allenspach. 3.5 to go in the period. Canada, once again, has jumped out to an early lead. Another explosion of goals. And I'm getting used to seeing that with this group. Sort of. Winds his way around the goal. Drops it back in. That shot fired wide by Cormier.
I love the way Cormier plays. You know, the number is 15 goals, but it's not with a big shot. It's with the confidence to be in the play, be in the offensive zone, stay in those scoring areas. Plays with tremendous confidence.
Now a steal by Will Cooley. And Cooley knocks that down. Plays for the Spitfires in the OHL. Drops it back to Cormier. Teams are back to even strength. Cooley. Flips it back ahead. And now back at center ice. Back to pick it up is Damon Hunt. Hunt. Up ahead for Borg. That pass dribbles down. Patno knocked that away. Cooley a big hit in the corner. And works it free. Cooley steps up and finds Cooley.
Cooley to Cooley.
Yeah, now Duran back with it. Hasn't seen much of the puck in this first period, so he wants to handle it a little bit.
They might want to come out early for the second period and warm him up a little bit just so he gets a feel for stopping the puck.
Now poked on goal, and Patno down. It's tipped wide by Neighbors. Byfield back with it. Byfield back to Jarvis, shoots. That was blocked in front. Jarvis gets it back. 1:45 to go in the period. Neighbors swings that back to Poirier. Byfield, great spin move off the board. Byfield 6'4", 215 already.
The more I watch him play, Gord, the more I see him getting melted. The way he handles the puck, the way he twists and turns.
The long reach.
Yep.
Can really skate, too. Jarvis has that pass go off a leg. And Jarvis swings back to pick it up. Jarvis pokes it ahead. Sabrango drops it back. Rochette shoots. Patno the save. Patno under siege here in this opening period. Poirier back with it. Final minute of the opening 20 minutes. And the Swiss once again bottled up. Weisblatt is all over them. And now Hunt swings back for it. McLennan to Rochette. Theo Rochette throws that ahead, knocked wide by Hunt. Weisblatt with it. McLennan down to Weisblatt, a centering pass, just missed McLennan. Now O'Rourke missed Rochette with that pass. McLennan winds back in the corner. Throws it back in front, a quick shot taken by Weisblatt, turned away, another chance in front. McLennan shoots, and Patno got a piece of that, and Patno finally gets a stoppage with 2 seconds to go in the period.
Yes. Here's a real good spin move by Connor McLennan. A little back pass and a save there, but the Canadians are on the puck. Retrieving it, creating rebounds, hunting the puck. Patno has been under siege.
And not many stoppages. This period began 27 minutes ago. And time expires as Canada skates off with a 3-0 lead after the opening 20 minutes.
Yeah, it seemed through about 9 minutes that Swiss were kind of holding their own, but then Canada just took a hold of the game and just asserted